It is almost fall, which means that it's time to get really annoying about this book again. So in the last conversation between Richard and Henry, which takes place at the very end of the book after Henry's death, actually in Richard's dream, he asks Henry, "Are you happy here?" To which Henry responds, "Not particularly, but you're not very happy where you are either." This is an exchange that's very reminiscent of one of the first real conversations between Richard and Henry, in which Henry kind of brazenly asks Richard, "You're not very happy where you come from, are you?" I found this parallel really striking because of how similar these conversations are, and also because of how they fall pretty much at the very beginning and the very end of the book. The Secret History's climax, which is obviously Bunny's murder, takes place right in the middle of the book, which I always thought was kind of an unusual place for a climax. And the murder acts as an inflection point in the story, where the second half of the book really feels like someone is holding up a mirror to the first half. Actually, if you look at the narrative structure of the book in its entirety, it feels a lot less like this traditional three-act structure that we, or at least I, am used to seeing, and it acts more like Freytag's pyramid, which is a narrative structure that is often used in tragedies, which The Secret History absolutely is. And I think what's so cool about this combined effect of this narrative structure and also Donna Tartt's very clever use of callbacks, like the whole "you're not happy where you are" conversation, is that it leaves the reader feeling like not a lot has really changed over the course of the story. Despite everything that happened to him by the end of the book, Richard is still directionless and unfulfilled in California, which is kind of right where he started off. That despite the complexity of the cast, these characters all felt very static. They didn't really learn and grow up over the course of the story. And I think it's that inability to grow and to accept change and to move on and to get with the times that is the real tragedy at the center of The Secret History. It might not be exactly the fatal flaw of all of the main characters, but it's certainly a flaw that, if addressed, might have saved a couple lives over the course of the book. And I think it's really interesting that the narrative structure itself is able to reinforce that aspect of the characters.